Hi, I'm Dr. David Geyer, orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, and I provide education, commentary, information on sports and exercise injuries and injury treatments and injury prevention for athletes and active people, probably much like yourself, so that you can stay healthy and perform your best. Now, it's Super Bowl time. I'm recording this a couple days before the Super Bowl. You may be watching this a day or two or a couple days after the Super Bowl, but you can't watch football for very long without hearing about concussions. I mean, there was just a feature movie released about Bennett Amalu and diagnosing CTE. It was called Concussion. So rightly so, there's tons of media attention about concussions and tons of parents talking about concussions. But we have to realize as we head into the Super Bowl that football isn't the only sport associated with concussions. Yes, in most studies, it's number one in terms of the rates of concussions among the number of athletes that play it. But having said that, it can happen in a number of sports. Soccer, for instance, we know that girls soccer in most studies is second or third in the list of concussions. Very common injury in girls soccer. Boys soccer too. Now, we've debated a lot about the effects, the long-term effects of repeated heading the ball. Basically, the ball hitting them hundreds of times over the course of the season, year after year. We don't really know the long-term long-term risks, even though U.S. Soccer at least recently basically said that, hey, we're going to take heading out of youth soccer. It's not true across the board, but at least in their academies, there's not going to be heading, probably a potentially good thing. But the thing about heading, I think, that's worrisome is the actual concussions, the traumatic events that occur with concussions. Basically, two players go up to head the ball, they collide heads in midair. Or maybe you take an elbow to the head, or you land awkwardly, trip and hit your head, or you land awkwardly going to hit the ball and you tear your ACL. So soccer can have concussions, and we need to be aware of that. So teaching proper heading technique is very, very important. Now, they can occur in sports like cheerleading as well. Cheerleading's done a terrific job of decreasing their injury rates, the catastrophic injuries like the neck injuries especially. But it's very important, concussions can occur, with stunts, and so it's really important for the athletes and their coaches. Teach proper stunting technique. Do it in proper locations. No slick surfaces. Make sure there's appropriate padding when you're training, appropriate spotters. There's all kinds of ways that you can decrease the risks of cheerleading injuries overall, but specifically for concussions, it can be really helpful as well. And these are just a few examples with soccer and cheerleading. They can occur in baseball and basketball and lacrosse, and there's all sorts of things that we can do. If you're a coach of young athletes that play a sport other than football, you have to recognize that they can occur as well. And so you need to look for the signs and symptoms of concussions. You need to recognize an injury and potentially have that player evaluated. Hopefully you work somewhere where there's athletic trainers. That can be really, really important. But know the signs and symptoms of concussions so that you can have the athlete properly evaluated. And if you're the athlete, this is true whether or not you play football or any other sport, and you suffer a blow to the head or a blow to the chest and you think, maybe I had a concussion, tell somebody. Tell a doctor if there's a doctor there. Tell the coach. Tell the athletic trainer. Tell your parents. We know that athletes a lot of times deny or hide the symptoms of concussions. It happens in football, but it happens in other sports, and it just can't be that way. You need to let somebody know so that you can be evaluated. It's very, very important. Now, do you have kids that play other sports and maybe they've had concussions, or maybe you have friends that are coaches of other sports, or this is a concern of yours? Please leave your thoughts, your experiences with concussions in these other sports. I'd love to hear them. So below this video, please leave your comments, or share this video if you have friends that coach other sports, or friends whose kids have suffered concussions in sports like soccer, cheerleading, baseball, basketball, so that this video could be helpful for them. Now, if you like videos like this on sports and exercise injuries and injury treatments and injury prevention, please subscribe to my video channel. I record a couple of these videos every single week, and I'll deliver them directly to you. And last, there's so many resources that I create, I write, I record on ways to stay healthy and perform your best. that I only share by email. So go to my website, drdavidgeyer.com. At the top of the page, enter your name and your email address, and I will get those resources to you on a regular basis. I really think that a lot of the stuff I create can help you, whatever your sport, whatever your exercise. So definitely do that. Thank you so much. I know this is not a fun topic, talking about concussions, but it is really important. So I really enjoyed talking about this with you. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you right here next time.